tell you what I read before I came here tonight, and go back and read in the 14th chapter of Romans. Who is you to judge another man's servant? Let a man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Okay? So we can't take the Bible and throw scriptures at people that think you can persuade them to vote either way. And getting back to the singing, this was not a prayer service tonight. Singing was out of place here tonight. That's why I said no more singing. We was here at a public hearing to get the comments on the pipeline for those for or against. We're not here to be sang to. Now, nobody loves no singing more like that. I can't sing a lick, but I love it. But it's a time and place for everything, so says the Bible. After the public hearing, the board up, we got any comments or anything to say?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I wish to advise the board that I have an interest in property over which the pipeline passes. To avoid the appearance of impropriety, I will be abstaining from discussion and voting on this issue.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Do any other board members have anything to say action to take on the floor?
Well, I work for Dominion. I've worked for Dominion for 37 years, so I guess that's a conflict of interest.
Okay.
I will be both here.
We got two. You heard the statements coming from two supervisors, saying a conflict of interest. Are there any more discussion on it? Can the board member? Any action to take?
Right, you have some research, don't you?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chambers,
Yes, sir.
I too was genuinely concerned, I guess, with what I've heard from people about things that they found on the internet. So I went directly to the source. I inquired that there are 4 compressor stations operated by Dominion. One has been in operation since 1991. It's in Leesburg in Loudoun County. The other one is in Loudoun, which is Loudoun County, which has been in operation since 2004. There is one in Pleasant Valley, which is Fairfax County, which has been in operation since 2004. And there's one in Quantico. The station name is Quantico, but it's in Fauquier County. I contacted the county administrators, the health departments at those 3 counties, and I asked for information concerning the compressor stations. I asked 4 questions from them. One of the questions was, are there any significant health issues related to the compressor station since the inception? What kind of emergencies have they had at their compressor stations? What kind of complaints have they had at their compressor stations? And are there any concerns that they had at the compressor station? I've gotten responses from all 3 counties, and in speaking with these counties, I found no significant health issues related to the compressor stations in those 3 counties. And I have documentation from those 3 counties saying that there were no significant health issues. I specifically asked about the noise level as well, and they said that there have been no complaints about the noise level in their counties. 2 of these compressor stations, the one in Leesburg, which is being expanded, and the one in Pleasant Valley and Fairfax is also being expanded, which will exceed the compressor station horsepower in Buckingham County, and neither county responded with any negative comments about those.
Do any other board member have any remarks or comments?
The comments I have, I looked very hard at the planning commission's conditions, and I added some additional. I didn't take anything back. I added some additional language that I shared with y'all, and I think it gives us some more teeth in the enforcement. I do have one question for Dominion Power.
Let's come to the recording, please.
Concerning, we are very rural, and as has been adequately noted and reiterated to us, our infrastructure is rather small, particularly the telecommunications and infrastructure. Number 35, a backup system for monitoring communications and emergency notification must be installed. If something happens, like I say, it takes a while to get there. What type of redundancies do you have in that, because, I wanna hear your answer before I share with you what I asked.
Yes, sir. Basically, addressing number 35, at the compressor, we have 2 forms of redundancy in our plan, but basically we really have 3. And the systems there communicate back to our operations center. We have cell phone capability, and the normal process is landline capability. And we also, if you saw in the pictorial, we're going to add a microwave system, which is proprietary to Dominion, to have a microwave communication from there back to our station. So we'll have 3 forms of communication redundancy with similar component systems through Ed2. So there are dual redundancies within the station, triple redundancies on communication. So we applied for the tower permit as part of the special use. We need to finish the design on that, and we will be back at another point on a particular special use application for the tower, but that's part of the operation. So we do have triple redundancy currently in the plan, so we have no problem with addressing your comments on that.
Very good, thank you, sir.
Okay?
You got more on that price of Mr. Thomas?
I do, I have one.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned that the total horsepower at the compressor station is 53,000
700.
change. That's the total of all 3 compressors, all 4 compressors?
That's a nameplate rating on it.
Because when I went to a I guess a meet and greet at the middle school, I was informed that they're not gonna be running simultaneously.
They can be, we'll step them up by size.
If need be, you know,
Right.
based on flow.
Right.
But if you need a little, then you run the small one. If you need the medium, you run the second one. If you need a whole lot, then you're gonna have to push. Okay.
And some of the confusing factors with the horsepower is that in our environmental permit application to DEQ, and we have a slide in your packet, and we talked about it here earlier, when you do the test at ideal conditions, those units can put out 57,000 horsepower. But that's not ideal running time. We won't have 0-degree temperature and those kind of things year round. So it's just like the nominal nameplate rating for your horsepower of your car. There are times under certain conditions with at least air resistance and good traction, you're gonna get more horsepower out of that engine at a certain time, but you nominally rate it for the nameplate. So the nameplate is the 53,000.
Okay, and I heard that Mr. Schneider from District 1 said that the Barrett Garden, if you relate the horsepower for the compressor station against what's at Barrett Garden, you're talking